everybody, and welcome to this week's tarot reading. As always, I have been shuffling my deck with a view to pull 3 cards. Let's see what the tarot has in store for us this week. Just bear with me while I connect to the deck. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck. And our first card to pull will represent the present moment, what's happening in our field right now. Our second card will look at the past influence that brought us here. And our third card is going to look to the future potential. So the first card, oh my, it's a major arcana card and it's the Star. What a beautiful card to start the week with. So currently we're in a place of temperance, almost a nice balanced place. We've had some hardship and now we're finding that reprieve from that hardship. We are balanced in that we have one foot on the water and one knee kneeling on the ground. So the knee on the ground is representing that stability of sense of the humanness, this material realm. And yet the foot in the water is representing that intuition and those emotions of more of an etheric realm. And also the unconscious and the conscious is represented there as well. And you see this naked woman, obviously that's going to represent purity and naivete. She is pouring water into and onto the land. So there's a sense of re-nurturing, refeeding the land here, hence all of the green around her. Above her head is a bright yellow star, and there are 7 complementary stars that are going to represent the chakras. So in essence, this is a really happy card. It's a fortunate card. It's a magical card. We've heard the saying, wish upon a star. If we've stayed in balance in this moment, we're feeling very lush, very comfortable, let's say. And so we'll go into the week, I hope, with that energy. Let's see where it came from. It came from another major arcana. So remember, the major arcanas are the big shots of the deck. So we pay attention to these cards. And it is the Hangman. So in the past, to influence this balance, this sense of serenity, have we been hanging out? We, again, like I suggested earlier, went through a little bit of turmoil. We got through that. And then we were kind of hanging, trying to figure out what we wanted to do next. The Hangman, you would think, would be a negative card, but it's not. If you actually turn it around and look at his face, you'll see he looks quite serene and he has a halo around his head. So he's not perturbed by being hung upside down. And in fact, if you look, he's hardly bound. There's really only one leg bound that we know of. He essentially could just reach up and untie himself. Also, the way that he has crossed his legs is representative of the number 4. So there's a sense of structure in the number 4, 4 corners of a house, for instance. So he's structured, he's hanging, he's serene. It's as if he's just contemplating, he's waiting. So in a sense, then, we've been hanging around, wondering maybe what should we do next with this sense of comfort, whilst we moved into this sense of serenity as well, and this knowing, this wishful magical time where we can think about what it is that we want to do next. And we're moving into, for our future potential, is the Page of Wands. So the pages, remember, it's part of the court card series, and so the page is representative either of us personally or of somebody in our field. And the page is quite a youthful energy. So a teenager, maybe around maybe 20 at the most, 20 years old. But this person, if you see, he's looking quite nicely at this wand that's sprouting little leaves. So there's a little bit of, oh wow, look at that in his expression. There's a lot of heat and passion in this card. You see that in the salamanders on his shirt and the yellow of the card. The wands being the fire element, the salamanders representing fire and transformation. So he's looking at this wand with a sense of expectation, but with this awareness that well, anything, I could do anything right now. But yet he still hasn't made that step. So whilst the page is exuberant in his ideology of what he can do next, he hasn't actually made the move yet. There is another context which the page could be representative of, and that's a message. Sometimes the page will represent a message coming through. It could be a letter, an email, a text. It could be an insight. So bear that in mind as well. So to wrap this up, in the past, we got through something and we've been kind of hanging out, feeling really positive about how we handled it, and we're kind of just feeling, well, I'm just going to hang here and contemplate what I should do next, which has brought us into a place of serenity where we recognize that if we wish upon a star, we can do anything next. We can do anything we want so long as we stay balanced and grounded and use our intuition. And moving forward, that energy is going to be carried with the Page of Wands while he starts to look around at all of the opportunities that there are for what is the next thing to transpire. So it's a nice, lovely one reading this week. I hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of kind of there's a sense of ease around this week's reading, calmness and balance, and not a lot of action. If I remember last week, we had that knight charging forward. So this week, we've calmed down a little bit and we're now looking at all of our options. So enjoy that, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye now.